Mr. Leone said to investigate the school's history, but how? Where do we look?
The headmaster's office, or the library, perhaps.
We already looked through the headmaster's office. Did you see anything like school records or anything?
I would have thought they would be there, but I don't recall seeing any.
The library it is, then. And the mystery we have left to solve is...
the blood-stained stranger Oko saw going into the infirmary yesterday.
Exactly.
Is he the only one that calls Oko-san Oko?
I suppose.
I think it makes sense, actually.
And I think that's culturally significant in some way.
Yeah,
that I
because
don't
the san
quite...
is an honorific, and of course Sakuya just doesn't respect anyone, so...
There we go.
Well, with the headmaster dying, an army of gun-toting bipeds showing up to turn us all into jerk chicken, and it all, I'd almost forgotten about it.
You're a biped too. What are you talking about?
And the scarecrow. We still don't know where he came from.
He appeared along with the dome, and no doubt is connected to it. If we continue to investigate it, I'm sure his origins will become clear. And Calante's gruesome end is the best clue we have. That's rather grim in hindsight, isn't it? For now, we should forget the puppet and chase after the blood-stained bird.
Right. That's that decided, then. We'll go to the library and read up on the school's history, and we'll look for that bird. It probably doesn't matter, but what should we do first?
Angel!
Go to the library, look for the bird. Absolutely crazy.
Angel!
The blood-stained bird.
Do you have an idea?
I feel like I should. It's not something I'd encounter normally, but for some reason... Don't I know somebody like that?
So he's not someone you'd encounter normally, but perhaps as an unlockable bonus character? Vague, as always. We do have a time limit here.
Oh, shut up. We saved a few minutes ago.
We must not fall behind.
I know. If I remember what it is, I'll say right away. Maybe Yuuya was still in there? Let's go ask him again.
He did say he was there until he returned home. If anyone went in, he should have seen them. However, he said that he saw nothing out of the ordinary.
Yeah, but by what standards?
Good point.
If what he said is true, then he was lying, which is the best paradox ever.
What? I think it forgot to mention who that was there. If what somebody said was true, then... Which would mean that the doctor was lying too. I think it was probably saying if what Oko-san was true, then he was lying.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah, had to think about that for a second.
I know I never mess up lines, but yeah, that's okay. Sorry.
And just a shoddy translation job in some parts.
Very well.
Yuuya.
Salutations! How goes the investigation?
Well, just who do you think I am?
Yeah. Unlike me, you're a very capable bird.
Wow, sleazy and a smartass. Yuuya, we wanted to ask you something.
Oh? Is it something personal? I'll answer that was more correct than I thought. I'll answer anything that doesn't violate my privacy. So ask away.
Did you really not see anything yesterday after school?
I'm not sure what you mean. I thought the doctor and I already verified each other's innocence. We were in the infirmary the entire time.
We talked to San earlier. He said that he saw a bloodstained bloodstained stranger going to the infirmary yesterday.
Both are correct, but, Did you see anything like that?
Nope, sorry.
Could you be the bloodstained bird yourself?
Not yet.
Oh, God.
Yikes!
Jeez.
No, as you can see, I'm not hurt anywhere at all. Besides, he said he saw this bird going to the infirmary, not going into the infirmary, right?
Yeah, he did.
Anyway, I didn't see anything. There's not much more I can say. Right, Doctor?
Yes, that's right. No one came yesterday.
I don't think we'll find anything more here, Sakuya. Let's move on. These guys are giving me the creeps.
Indeed.
Did those two really not see anything yesterday? If there had actually been some bloodstained stranger, then that would mean that Yuuya and the doctor are hiding something. The library. I wonder if Nageki's at the gym yet.
Nageki? Who? You mean the other person I voice?
I met him in the library earlier.
He stayed behind? An unusually dense individual, to be sure.
In fact, he is quite transparent.
Da-da-da-da-da-da. Boom. The library's a little ways away from here. We spend some time jogging through the hallways.
Is
Just
this
'cause
the
our
only
lives are
time
on-
you... Is this the only time you see that background? Why didn't they use the usual hallway background?
Stairwell, whatever.
Yeah.
I've been trying to ignore it, but the dim light makes the library even creepier than the rest of the school.
I would think whatever room Murderbeaks is in is the creepiest room in the school, but maybe that's just me. Getting hung up over little things at a time like this is a sign of weak nerves.
Really?
Well then, where are the school documents?
Probably not where just anybody can look at them.
They're probably somewhere in... Excuse me, that line hadn't quite loaded yet. They're probably somewhere in the back then. How dull. Come, let us search.
Right. Books, 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 and none of them what we're looking for. I was hoping it would be in this corner, but apparently not. And here, a line of incredibly dusty Huh? That's odd. There are 9 of them. Volume 6 is missing. That's weird. Did somebody misfile them? Anyway, St. Pagination's history. It's not back here with the large volumes, so maybe it's a smaller book.
It's not here.
You never left?
Is that a problem?
Well, not really, but I told you earlier there's an emergency going on. I can't tell if he doesn't realize what's going on or just doesn't care.
Unless the emergency vehicle is the Ecto-1, I don't think he has anything to worry about.
The records.
Huh?
Keep looking there, and you'll never find them.
So, you know where they are?
Yep.
Thank you, Big Mac. Well, since he's here even now, I imagine he basically lives here. So it's hardly surprising that he knows where to find things.
I think the translator was beginning to go mad at this point as well.
I can believe that.
Does make sense.
I don't have much time. Could you tell me where to find them?
By request.
That was a request.
Request?
Say please. You don't know what that is? See,
He
a
gave us
request
that.
is when you ask someone for something and then...
But that's not important just now.
You just had to throw in an airplane reference. He gazes at me with eyes like black holes of cosmic disdain.
It's more Shu's photo than Nageki's, but okay. You can only get at them by request. They're not kept out here.
Then where are they kept?
Behind the reception desk in the back, because that's where reception desks go. It's not locked, so go ahead.
There are a number of bookshelves behind the desk, it's true. Thank you, Nageki. Really.
Don't worry about it. You've been mumbling to yourself ever since we split up. Please, try to remain in charge of your faculties, Kawara.
Oh, sorry. I was talking to him.
Talking to the bookshelves? Surely there are better uses for your energy.
Not to the bookshelves, you daft bird. Nageki was telling me where to find the...
There's no one else here. Cease this bizarre monodrama.
Are you blind or what?
Ghosts don't have any money. They're beneath my contempt.
And 99% do not exist.
What is he talking about? Nageki is standing right next to me. It's not like he's behind a shelf or something. I was worried he was a figment of my imagination for a minute, but he just told me where to find the records. But Sakuya... Let's find out. Can I ask you something, Nageki?
Yes?
Are you
Hiding really
a,
well.
a hallucination?
If I was, that would mean you're asking a hallucination, whether or not he's a hallucination.
Yeah, that's a good point. Does seem a little weird.
A little weird on a day like today. Thank you for helping Ryuja's mental state, Nageki.
Anytime. Does it matter? Mybae I am, or maybe I'm not.
Yeah, the translator was definitely going off the deep end by now. That doesn't answer anything.
It's 3 o'clock at night and I'm translating pigeons.
While half drunk on NyQuil.
This doesn't usually happen. I've never been able to talk to a bird I just met before. I think I will remember everything soon. What about you? Have you found the thing you forgot yet?
Nageki, do you know something about that? Huh? He disappeared. The thing I forgot. That's exactly what the doctor said, too. Why did Nageki know about that? It wasn't just a coincidence, was it? Am I forgetting something important about all this? I don't think I can dismiss him as just a hallucination.
Request only books. This shelf?
Well, what else would you request in a library?
Microfiche?
Looks like it. I see a lot of the same books as were in the headmaster's office.
Didn't they say they didn't find any in the headmaster's office?
There's a lot of the same books that were in there, but there's some that weren't.
Chronology of St. Pigeon Nations. This?
Let's see. 2180. Founding of the school. Same year. Ishijo Kitsugu inaugurated as headmaster.
And that was quite close to showing off.
2810? Much more recent than I had thought, especially because I'm apparently dyslexic all of a sudden.
Actually, I think that might have been a slight in-joke. Have you ever seen the numbers that come up at the end of Moa's Tumblr account? Moa810?
Oh, yeah.
Huh. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but alright.
Okay.
Only 8 years. I hadn't known either.
Aside from that, it's all transfer student records and sports scores. Is there really a clue in here?
Wait, Sakuya, look at this.
If you arrange the sports scores into Morse code...
2183. Medical center shut down due to fire.
Medical center? Does this school have something like that?
Well, not anymore, obviously. I don't think so.
There was no mention of it in the student guide. I suppose it was never reopened. Does it say anything else?
Oh, right here. Damage from the fire. The book presents us with a new mystery, as if to taunt our inability to hold all those we already have.
Ah.
A new sort of mystery. 2183. Medical center shut down due to fire. Freshman Fujisuro Nageki died in the basement where the fire started.
Didn't I just hear that name?
The exact name. But that's... Nageki died 5 years ago? Then what is the Nageki I keep meeting today? He didn't deny that he was a hallucination. Sakuya couldn't see him. Which means he's... a ghost.
Bum bum bum.
Such dreadful things. It's unscientific. We're betting our lives on this search, you know.
That was covered up pretty well.
No one will ever know.
To dite balivernes. Gesundheit.
Pretend I said that. I won't have any occult rubbish brought into it.
But I think he knew something. If he is the same bird, then he could be the key to solving this whole mystery.
So you intend to rely on some invisible ghost? There are limits, Kawara.
One would think one of the limits would be being stalked by a giant evil robot, so...
I spent some time looking for him in the library, but couldn't find him. He's always found me rather than the other way around. I'll just have to wait for him to show up again.